Auto Ride Insight, your trusted destination for in-depth reviews, future launches, and detailed insights into the world of automobiles and motorcycles. Today, we are diving into one of the most unique and nostalgic machines making its big comeback, the 2026 Suzuki VanVan 200, a motorcycle that blends classic retro vibes with modern engineering, creating a perfect mix of fun, freedom, and functionality. A legendary comeback. The Suzuki VanVan is not a new name in the motorcycling world. It's a legend from the 1970s that became an icon among beach riders, off-road explorers, and urban commuters alike. After a long pause, Suzuki has decided to bring this legend back in 2026, and not just as a nostalgia trip, but as a complete modern reinterpretation of the classic VanVan spirit. The 2026 version stays true to its original soul: wide tires, minimalist design, and an effortless riding feel, but under that vintage charm lies a heart powered by advanced Japanese technology. Design and styling, retro meets modern. One glance at the 2026 Suzuki VanVan 200, and you instantly recognize the retro essence. The round LED headlamp, wide handlebar, and flat, cushioned seat carry the same DNA as the original model. But look closer, and you'll notice the refinement: LED indicators, a fully digital LCD cluster, USB charging port, and neatly integrated DRLs that blend the old-school style with a futuristic appeal. Suzuki has kept the bike's proportions compact yet muscular. The fuel tank gets a teardrop design with premium matte finishes, and the dual-tone paint scheme adds depth and modernity to its profile. With options like sand gold, ocean blue, and graphite black, the VanVan 200 stands out anywhere, whether you're cruising through city streets or heading toward the countryside. Engine and performance, small but mighty. At the heart of the 2026 VanVan 200 lies a 199 cubic centimeters, single-cylinder, SOHC, fuel-injected engine that's tuned for smooth torque delivery and refined performance. Suzuki has equipped this motor with its latest eco-performance technology, SEP+, ensuring a perfect balance between power and efficiency. The engine produces around 18 horsepower and 16 Newton-meters of torque, which might sound modest, but it's more than enough for what the VanVan is built for: relaxed riding, effortless cruising, and exploring new paths. Its 5-speed gearbox is buttery smooth, making city rides stress-free and long highway journeys surprisingly enjoyable. And yes, thanks to Suzuki's improved engine mapping and lightweight body, the VanVan 200 offers excellent fuel efficiency, close to 40 km per litre under mixed riding conditions. Ride and handling, comfort on every terrain. One of the VanVan's biggest strengths has always been its ride comfort and ability to handle different terrains with ease. The 2026 version takes that even further. Suzuki has retained the signature balloon tires, a preload adjustable rear monoshock. The setup offers a balance between on-road plushness and off-road capability. Whether gliding through city potholes or coasting along gravel paths, the VanVan maintains its poise. The fat balloon tires, 130mm at the front and 180mm at the rear, are not just a design quirk. They are functional components offering superior grip on sand, dirt, and loose terrain. Combined with the bike's low 780mm seat height, the VanVan 200 gives a stable, reassuring feel that beginners and veterans both appreciate. Urban Explorer DNA. Suzuki knows the modern rider wants flexibility, a bike that's easy in traffic, efficient on fuel, and fun on weekends. The VanVan 200 is exactly that hybrid personality. IT's light at 129 kilograms, extremely nimble, and easy to park. The new assist and slipper clutch system enhances urban comfort by reducing hand fatigue and preventing wheel hop during downshifts. The fuel efficiency hovers around 35 to 38 km/h, making it economical for daily use. With its rugged appeal, it also turns heads in every street corner. Riders who loved the earlier VanVan 125 will find this new model much more refined and confident without losing its easygoing charm. Technology and connectivity. 2026 is a connected era, and Suzuki has subtly integrated tech without compromising the VanVan's old-school essence. The semi-digital cluster features Bluetooth connectivity for call and message alerts, turn-by-turn navigation, and ride statistics. A small USB-C port sits discreetly under the handlebar for charging devices. The Suzuki Eco Drive indicator helps riders maximize fuel efficiency, while the dual-channel ABS system ensures braking safety across different surfaces. Despite being minimalist in appearance, the VanVan is equipped with all essential modern safeguards. Performance and handling. On the open road, the VanVan 200 behaves exactly as Suzuki intended: stable, forgiving, and soulful. Its power delivery is gentle but consistent, giving confidence even to novice riders. The 5-speed gearbox shifts cleanly, and the throttle response feels linear. The handling is where it truly shines. The wide handlebars give excellent leverage, while the short wheelbase of 1,370mm allows quick direction changes. Whether weaving through traffic or sliding through soft trails, the VanVan feels intuitive and predictable. Suzuki engineers have achieved a rare balance. The VanVan 200 is not just practical, it's playful. It encourages exploration without ever intimidating the rider. Braking and safety. Braking duties are managed by a front 270mm disc with dual piston calipers and a rear 220mm disc, supported by dual-channel ABS. Suzuki's braking calibration ensures consistent response, whether you're cruising down an urban boulevard or descending a dirt incline. The braking feel is progressive rather than aggressive. Exactly what you want on a lightweight Scrambler. Add to that Suzuki's traction control calibration, a first for this model class, and you get a machine that's steady under pressure. Customization and lifestyle appeal. Suzuki is marketing the 2026 VanVan 200 as more than a motorcycle. It's a lifestyle statement. Riders can personalize it with optional canvas saddlebags, rear racks, scrambler bars, and custom paint kits inspired by the 1970s originals. 3 signature color schemes headline the launch: vintage blue, sandstorm beige, and matte graphite. Each variant includes subtle pinstriping, paying homage to Suzuki's retro lineage. The aftermarket scene is expected to flourish, with brands offering alternate seats, handlebar grips, and even surfboard racks, reviving the fun machine reputation that made the VanVan famous decades ago. Competition and market position. In today's market, the VanVan 200 finds itself in a unique segment: a retro dual-purpose lightweight motorcycle. It competes indirectly with the Yamaha TW200, Honda Trail 125, and Royal Enfield Scram 225. However, Suzuki's advantage lies in its refinement and accessibility. It's easier to handle than the Scram, more stylish than the TW200, and more capable than most 125 cubic centimeters trail machines. With an estimated price tag around $4,299, the VanVan 200 offers exceptional value. It's not meant to be the fastest or most powerful. It's meant to be fun, simple, and memorable. Suzuki's philosophy: freedom in simplicity. The VanVan 200 embodies Suzuki's new design philosophy: freedom through simplicity. In a world dominated by hypertech motorcycles and aggressive styling, the VanVan stands as a reminder that joy comes from the basics: the feel of air, the sound of the engine, and the open road ahead. I tease this philosophy that connects riders of all generations. Young bikers see it as an entry into adventure. Veterans see it as nostalgia reborn. It bridges eras without losing authenticity. Rider experience and feedback. Early testers and journalists have praised the 2026 VanVan 200 for its effortless rideability. Many describe it as a smile-per-mile machine, not about performance numbers, but about emotional connection. Riders have noted how the low-end torque makes it perfect for exploring hidden trails and beach roads. Commuters love the light clutch and balanced weight, while enthusiasts appreciate the retro personality that stands out in a sea of plastic-covered modern bikes. The seat comfort, handling stability, and fuel efficiency make it one of the most versatile small-capacity motorcycles Suzuki has built in recent years. Environmental compliance and efficiency. Suzuki's engineers have also ensured the 2026 VanVan 200 meets the latest Euro 6 and global emission standards. The new fuel injection system and catalytic exhaust drastically reduce emissions while improving throttle precision. Its low-maintenance air oil cooling system ensures longevity and simplicity, a vital trait for riders who prefer less garage time and more saddle time. With 85 km/h emissions, the VanVan is among the cleanest bikes in its segment, perfectly aligned with Suzuki's sustainability goals for 2030. Global availability and market strategy. Suzuki plans a phased rollout of the VanVan 200, starting with Japan, Europe, and select Asian markets in early 2026. North American and South American releases will follow later that year. Suzuki's strategy emphasizes local assembly and affordability, aiming to attract both new and returning riders. By balancing nostalgia and technology, Suzuki aims to recreate a strong emotional brand connection that defined the original VanVan's legacy. Final thoughts: the joy of riding, redefined. The 2026 Suzuki VanVan 200 isn't about horsepower wars or high-tech displays. It's about the feeling, the calm rush of wind, the steady thump of a single cylinder, and the carefree spirit of exploration. For some, it will be a perfect first motorcycle. For others, it's a reminder of simpler days. Either way, the VanVan 200 delivers something rare, pure, unfiltered joy of riding. Suzuki has not only revived a legend but reimagined it for the modern world. In the era of digital overload, the VanVan's analog charm feels like a breath of fresh air, one that invites every rider to rediscover the essence of motorcycling. Auto Ride Insight celebrates machines that move the heart as much as they move the wheels, and the 2026 Suzuki VanVan 200 is exactly that kind of motorcycle. Simple, soulful, and stylish, the VanVan is back, and it's ready to roll into a new era of adventure.